good evening, Facebook family and friends. I hope you're doing well on this Monday after the NBA All-Star 2024 here in Indianapolis, Indiana. So if you attended the All-Star, yay! A lot of people did not even let the snow stop them. It snowed here. We got 4 inches on Friday, but everything turned out wonderful. It's kind of funny. All this week's going to be in the 40s, 50s. It's going to be in the 60s on Friday. So I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Mary. I'm with Mary Thomas Travels, located in Indianapolis, Indiana. You see me looking down. It's because looking to the side rather. I'm also on two different platforms too. Let me start over. My name is Mary. I'm Mary Thomas with Mary Thomas Travels, located in Indianapolis, Indiana, where I specialize in luxury travel for the unforgettable experiences for the most sophisticated woman traveler. So if you saw my title, it's There is Life After a Layoff. If this is your first time seeing me, please put a number 1 in the column, in the comments. I'm sorry. If you see this is your second, third, or fourth time, please put a number 2 in the comments, and I will reach out to you also. I see some comments. Hang on. Okay. I'm not going to talk about travel at all today. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about layoffs. I was reading this morning about how many companies are laying off so many people. UPS is laying off. Google is laying off. Amazon's supposed to be laying off. There are tons of companies that are laying off. And I don't want anyone to really, I'm not going to say don't worry, but I want you to be concerned. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story of what happened to me. It'll be 6 years next month, March the 27th, 2018 at 3:45 p.m. They asked me to come into the office. And when I saw that white envelope, I knew what it was. So I had 21 years of service. I had transferred from Indianapolis to Greenville, South Carolina. And I transferred as a manager over IT procurement and contracts. And when I ended my career there, I was an IT business analyst. So it was hard. Prior to me, I've only had 2 jobs in my whole entire life. Prior to that company, I worked for Allison Transmission, well, Detroit Diesel Allison back then, for 25 years. And then when EDS came along, GM bought EDS and I got transitioned over to EDS. So out of 25 years, I was 48 years old then, I got laid off from there. Once I got laid off and I had my daughter and everything, I was kind of really worried that I could not find a job making the money that I was making. So within a week, I had a job. So that's why I started working for NHP here in Indianapolis. NHP turned around. Aimco bought NHP, and I started working for Aimco. A year later in 1990, I got laid off in 1997. Yeah. In 1999, they moved the data center to Greenville, South Carolina. And that means my job, everything went to Greenville. So I went to Greenville. So from 1999 until 2018, I was working in Greenville, South Carolina. So when they laid me off, matter of fact, they closed the whole entire office in Greenville. So I was shocked. I was really shocked because I'm thinking if I can hold on 2 more years, just 2 more years, then I can retire. I wanted to leave on my terms, but I guess, God had something better. He pushed me out because God knew that I wasn't going to leave, making that money. And there were hours where I was working late. Sometimes on Sundays, I had to work. I would come home. I'll be so exhausted. I would come home and cry sometimes. I would be so tired, mentally tired. So March 27th comes around. I get laid off. So, okay, I said, okay, they told me that they appreciate my 21 years of service, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Get to what's an envelope. So they show me, my severance package and everything. And that would be paid up until at the end of April. Then March 1st is when my severance package, will actually kick in and I would get my severance from there. So I looked at, I'm like, I could sit home for about 6 months. I could sit home. Not a big deal. So I went through some horrible, horrible times. So I was going to share with you, be upfront, be very, very transparent, because I want to share my story because some of you are going through a layoff or getting ready to get laid off. Watch how they start moving around. They start moving around, tiptoeing around, saying things like, well, we're going to have so and so to, help you with your this, that. Begging ready to move your stuff. And if they come around, just watch how they move. Watch the language, watch their body language around you. They start acting real funny. How they, when they get ready to lay you off. They normally start laying people off between November and March. And that's where they can see in the first quarter, their bottom line. That's what it is. It's the bottom line. All about money. So when I got laid off, I didn't cry. So I got in a car. I called my mom, told her what happened. I talked to my daughter, told her what happened. I got home. I was so freaking angry. You are going to be angry because number one, you knew you was going to let me go that day. Why did you let me work up until 3:45 p.m. to let me go? The layoff was not really, it bothered me, but it's how they did it. So when I asked, when would be my last day? I'm thinking a week or a month. And they said, no, right now. Whoa. Okay, buttercup, right now, no problem. So I went back to my desk and my boss said, do you need a box? Box for what? I need a box. Well, to take your books. I'm not taking up that Omen home with me. No, these are your books. Nope, not taking anything home. Only thing I'm going to take is what's on my desk. And that was my daughter's picture. It was my little thing I had when I graduated from college. My little owl. I took that home with me, and my pencils and pens I know I bought that I could actually give them the receipts to let them know that I bought those pencils and pens. So I know I left. So when I got home, I was shocked. I was stunned. I was hurt because I saved the company money. I saved the company for getting audit. I saved the company. But what did they think about me? Nothing. So let's go through April. I'm thinking, okay, let me start looking for a job. So I'm like, no, I'm going to take some time off. I'm just going to, clear my mind, and figure this out. This is what I want you to do. This is what I did. I took some time off. I took 2 weeks off. But what I did before I started taking time off, I filed for unemployment immediately. That's your tip number one. When you're getting laid off, file for unemployment immediately. If it's not that day, do it the next day. File immediately. Don't wait. File for immediately. That's what I did. The next day, I filed for unemployment. And I had to look for jobs to make sure that my money was coming through every week. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, take some time off, reflect, see what you want to do. Is this the time where God's telling you to go and to be an entrepreneur? Is this the time where you need to reflect on what do you want to do? You're 50 at the time. You could be 55 years old. I was 62 when I got laid off. 62 years old. Who is going to hire a 62-year-old woman making six figures? Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? So I told my mom, if I don't have a job by October 31st, I was going to come back home, take care of her, and just, retire. I was going to do it. I'm done with corporate. I would not allow corporate to ever tell me again, thank you for your service, but your job has been eliminated. Those words I never, ever want to hear again. If I decide to go back to work, it'll be because I want to as a hobby, not because I have to work. I don't have to work. I mean, I did a total of 40 plus years. So, tip number 3, be angry. Be angry, cry. Be sure you have a good support system around you. I went through very, very, very bad depression to the point where I'm going to be very transparent. It was so bad to I even thought about suicide because I had allowed that job to become my identity. Do not allow any job, do not allow anything, especially even if you have your own business, do not allow that to dictate your self-worth. Because I felt like if I didn't have that job, I didn't have nothing. I felt like, okay, I got this gorgeous apartment, this beautiful car, this beautiful dog, making good money, and now it's gone. Who am I? What am I? So just don't do that. Don't do that. Number 4, update your resume. Matter of fact, you need to update your resume look at it every month, because there's some skills that you have, accumulated, or you've got certifications you need to add. Look at your resume every month. Do not put dates on your resume unless they ask you for dates. For instance, if I left my dates on my resume that said I graduated from high school in 1973, what are you going to think? Oh, she old. She can't change. We don't want her. Do not put any dates on there. Just put on there, you work from here. I did this. This is what I accomplished. Leave the dates off. If you are applying online, they may have you to insert dates. Do not go back to high school. Do not go back to elementary school. Start with your college and go up. Matter of fact, just leave it off. Just start with your college. Just say, I went to IU in Bloomington. I majored in this, blah, blah, blah. Leave dates off because they'll start calculating. Do not put objectives on there. Put summary. Summarize what you accomplished. Summarize how there was a problem and how you solved that problem. They're looking for that. Whatever job that you are applying for, look for little keywords that they're looking for, and insert that into your summary. Don't lie. Do not lie, young ladies and young men. Don't lie. Tell truth. Because now, I don't think the way the system is now, it goes through it's a tracker. I know Oracle has it because we had it at Aimco. I can't think of the name of it right now. But look for the keywords, and also start networking. What's going to tell you about the resume? Any certifications that you have, list that. We don't care about your hobbies in college. We don't care about that. They look at that like whatever. They don't want that. Anything that you have accomplished that's pertaining to a job. For instance, I was able to save the company $250,000. How? Because of the software packages that we have, the software maintenance. Instead of, and this is a tip too, in case you're doing corporate, if you're in software, instead of having maintenance renewed every year, I negotiated with the vendors that if we do a 3-year agreement, what are you going to do for me? So they said, okay, if you do a 3-year agreement, it'll be this amount of money. Okay. I went back and said, if we do the 3-year agreement at this amount that you're saying, I do not want you to increase after 3 years, no more than 3%. Because what they can do after that 3 years, if you don't stipulate that, they can actually increase that maintenance agreement to what the current value of that software and that machine is today. So always try to negotiate. Never, ever, ever have a contract that says evergreen or auto renewal. You do not want to do an auto renewal because you don't know what the new agreement is going to be. So never, ever, ever do that. Never. What else I want to tell you about what happened to me? Number 5. Look at if you're living in an apartment, look at your rental agreement and see if they have, it's called involuntary work or involuntary disability or involuntary unemployment. That's what it is. An involuntary unemployment. If you purchase that, because I had that, it was $10 extra. I did that. My rent was paid for 2 months. So look back and see if you have renter's insurance and look to see if they have the involuntary unemployment. Also look at your credit cards to see if you opt in for the insurance. I did. I opted for didn't know what I was doing, but I said, I'm gonna make sure I'm okay. I opted in for the insurance in case it was disability, layoff, strike, or whatever. Be sure that you look at your credit cards. I had my credit cards paid for 6 months. So I don't think my car payment, good evening, Robert, how are you? I don't think my car payment had anything like that, but just go back and look at your rental agreement, look at your car insurance, see if you can negotiate your car insurance. If you have $500, $250 deductible, see if you can increase that up to $500 deductible to see if you can lower in any numbers until you're able to get some stability of some money coming in. What can I tell you? You're going to go through what they call it's withdrawals. That's what it is. I went from sad. I went from shock to sad to angry. I was very, very angry. Losing a job out of 21 years, that's a major, major loss. Major loss. And you don't know how to process it, especially if you're in your 60s. I'm 60. How old am I now? I'm 68 now. I'll be 69 this year. So what I did in September, I said, I'm done with corporate. I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to go, take care of my mom, go back home in October, take care of my mom, work on my travel, agency, and just go from there and let God guide my steps. What does he want me to do? So that's what I did. I went in and I retired. I was old enough where I could, get my pension and get my Social Security. So if you're at the age where you can pull your Social Security at an early age, at 62, and if you don't find anything, that's what I did. That's what I did. I can pull my pension. If that's what it's there for, it's what I worked for. Pull my pension, get my Social Security, and go from there, and work on my business. So, yeah, I just want you guys to know there is a life after a layoff. It is how you handle it. Oh, and one good thing about a layoff, I tell you, it buzzes. There's no penalty. Well, there is a penalty because since I'm not 60, since I'm not 70, the full retirement is 70. Only got to like 90%, 80%. But had I waited and got in until I was 70 years old, 65 years old, I would have got the whole entire 100%. So by me taking it early, you don't get the whole full amount, but it's enough that you can live off of. I tell you that. But that again depends but that again, thank you, Robert. But again, that depends on how much you made at the time of your retirement. So from the time that you start working, I'm telling my age. By the time I started working from 1974 until 2018, my salary will always go up, always go up. So they would base my retirement based on that last year. So they base everything on 2017, 2017, no, 2018, 2018 of March. That's what they base it on. So it was kind of funny because I told the lady, I said, you're going to get this amount of money. I'm like, did you forget some zeros? I'm used to 6 zeros, not 5. She says, no, that's what you're going to get. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, another thing too, budget. Look at your budget, see what things that you can cut down on. The layoff is not, it's how you process it. I don't want anyone to feel like the world's coming to an end. God's going to take care of you. You have to trust and believe God is there to take care of you. I had a problem believing that because I just thought that my world was over, but it's not. It's not. I went from trauma to triumph to travel. I'm telling you, please, 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 please. If you don't get anything out of this live, and I'm talking to you from my heart. I've never been on here for 21 minutes. Never. Talk to you from my heart. Look at your resume. Be prepared. Stay ready. Stay ready. Don't say, well, I'll just wait. Stay ready, because you never know when they may come in and say, hey, we need to see everybody in the conference room. Don't panic, because you already know. And shop your resume around now. Don't wait. Don't wait. If you have any inkling that you're going to get laid off, or they start acting real funny, moving real strange, start getting that resume out there. I'm telling you, if you need me to look at your resume, excuse me, I'll be more than happy. Now I may put some little red check marks on there, like the teacher, like they did my resume. I'm like, she said, what's wrong? I said, something's in my contact lens. I was crying. She marked up my resume so bad until I was crying. I'm like, she's a trip. But she helped me though. She helped me because I was able to get jobs. But I was not willing to relocate to the West Coast. I was not willing. Oh, nothing too. When these they're not headhunters. What do you call them? Those recruiters, when they start coming at you and telling you to tweak your resume to this, don't lie. Because when you lie and they hire you and they say, well, okay, we need you to run this program. You're like, well, I never heard of that. Well, then you're going to get fired. That recruiter is there to make money. I'm going to tell you how it works. So I was asking for $100 an hour. Yeah, I did, on my worth. So what they did, they would pay me $50 an hour. How much ago? They paid me $100 an hour. But then again, on the back end, the recruiter would get $50. So in other words, the recruiter is getting money off of you. Yeah, be careful. Because when I kept telling her, I'm not going to tweak it anymore. I'm not going to lie. She says, you're not lying. You're just making sure that your resume aligns with what the requirements. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I can't say that I was overseeing 8,000 servers when I only would oversee 4,000. I can't say that I was overseeing 1,000 laptops and desktops and laptops. I can't say that when I knew I only had 500. I wasn't going to lie. So be very careful with these recruiters, because they will have you to tweak, but it's really, to me, is lying. So just be careful. If some of you recruiters out there, sorry, I'm just telling everybody just to be careful. I think that is it, but I'm having a ball out here. When COVID hit, my travel company took a hit. It's coming back. What am I doing now? I'm taking care of my mom. I moved back home to Indianapolis. Um, don't let people tell you, you too old to move back home. You too. A lot of people did not have that luxury. And I was so blessed that I had the luxury that I could come back home. I was so blessed. And, I thank God every day for the layoff, because there were times that I had to take care of my daughter. And if I was, still working, I couldn't have been out of work for a whole month and a half. There's no way they would have fired me. Would have fired me on the spot. But nothing too with the layoff. When you get laid off, you are the talk of the company or of the department. Nobody ever thought Mary Thomas would get laid off because she was that girl. That girl. Everybody come to Mary Thomas for assistance. Call Mary, call Mary, call Mary. But when Mary Thomas got laid off, they said that place was buzzing and everybody was worried, because if they laid Mary Thomas off out of 21 years, what are they going to do with me with only 4 or 5 years? Well, they got rid of you too, boo boo. They got rid of you too. They got rid of all of you. So, but any time that you want to talk to me regarding layoffs, how did I feel? What did I do? I'll be more than happy. I'm an open book. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. But it's just, I want you to be prepared. Stay ready. Look at your resume every month. If you acquired any new skills, put it down. Put it down. But leave them dates off of there. Leave that high school off of there. Did I put my degree? I did put my degree on there. I did do that. I went to Strayer University, but I didn't put down I went to Anderson and I went to IU. No, I just put the last school that I attended and what degree I got. I didn't put down my GPA was 3.8. They don't care about that. They want to know, can you do the freaking job? They don't care about that. So, yeah, but there is life. I'm having fun. I'm home with my family. I'm with my family. My family needed me. So, but there is life after layoff. Like I said, I went from triumph. I went from trauma to triumph to travel. So you can do it. You can do it. So it is exactly, I've been on for 27 minutes. I must love you guys. I haven't been on this long, but I didn't want to talk about travel at all. I just wanted to talk about the layoffs on what's going on in the world today. Just be prepared. That's all I can say. Be prepared. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up, and have God to put the hedge of protection around you. And if your time is up there, just know that God has something better for you in store. I know He has something better for me. I'm being patient. I'm waiting with expectation, because I know my business is going to jump off. I know it is. It's like I said, COVID, I took a hit. I took a freaking major hit. I think we all did, but it's coming back. But I like to educate you guys to keep informed of what's going on. But like I said, I just did not want to come on and talk about travel. It was on my heart too much. It was on my heart last week, and I didn't even come on because I said, they don't want to hear that. But after reading the statistics, and it's called Warn Tracker, WARN Tracker, TRACKER.com. If you go to that website, it would tell you all of the companies by state that's getting ready to lay off people. It'll give you the actual date of the notice. And when you open it up, it will give you the date and how many employees are going to be laid off. And it give you the date that they're telling their employees. Yeah. Yes. So I love you guys so much. If you need anything, I'm here, but I can just tell you just to update that resume. I cannot stress that so much. Look at your documentations to see if you have renter's insurance. Just look at if you have anything that you are paying monthly on, Look at it to see if you opt in for any insurance or anything like that. Look at it to see if they can pay your rent for 2 months or pay your credit card bills, the minimum payments, and that will keep your credit from being damaged. What else? Just because I can't think of anything else, but just keep that resume updated and network, and stay around positive people because you're going to need it. You're going to need all the reinforcement, all the love that you can get because a layoff is not fun. It's not fun, but after you go through the process and after you trust God, there is life after a layoff. I'm going to do an ebook on that, and I'm going to give that away. How to handle things. Through the layoff. I want to make sure I told you guys everything. I'm losing my voice for some reason. Hang on. I think I told you everything I needed you guys to know. Check your finances. Wait a minute. Talk about budgeting. You got a budget. Got a budget. Review your severance package, unemployment. And that is stay positive. Oh, and take care of your mental and physical health. So if you have a gym, go to the gym, work out. Don't sit around the house like I did, moping. And, you start moping around thinking, the devil plants those negative thoughts in your head. Like, okay, why am I here? I'm not worthy. I might just go ahead and kill myself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, learn a new skill. If you want to take a course, get a new certification, especially if it's the IT world. IT is not going anywhere. I recommend anyone to take one IT course where you get certified. If you want to be Six Sigma, get certified, and stay focused. Stay focused on what is the high demand right now. What is it? AI. I would start looking into AI. That's hot right now. That is so hot. I told you about networking, told you about update your resume, and also create a LinkedIn profile. That's what I did too. And that's it. I think I told you everything. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you. And again, if you need anything, you can DM me and I will reach out to you. And if you're a lady that wants to join my travel group in Facebook, it's called, what is my Facebook called? Oh, the Traveling Jet Setters. And then I want, if you guys be so kind enough to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. It's at Travel Moments with Mary. I would greatly appreciate all that. And my website, it is marythomas.travels.com. So you can sign up for my newsletter and I will send you out what's going on every month. Okay, guys, I love you and I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.